Good morning, students. Today we will continue with Unit 1, that is discussion of resistive element in DC circuit. And these are the basic building blocks of any electrical and electronic systems. So every practical circuit consists of four fundamental elements, that is conductor, resistor, inductor, and also capacitor. Understanding these elements is essential because they determine how current flows through the circuit and how energy has been stored and how voltage behaves in the circuit. Let us see in the detail. So let us see what is DC circuits and why we study DC circuits. So DC circuits are more important because many electronic devices operate on DC power and batteries supply DCs, and mobile phone, laptops, sensors and embedded systems are uses DCs, and DC circuits helps us to understand the transient behavior and the steady state conditions. So by studying the DC circuits, we learn how a basic elements behave before moving to a complex AC systems. So let us see the revision of the previous class in 1 minute. So in previous class, we saw about what is voltage and what is current, and voltage is something that moves the electrons, and current is something that a flow of electrons, and resistance something that opposition to the current, and what's Ohm's law. And these laws governs the basic behavior of the resistive elements in a DC circuits. So here let us see what is conductor. So conductor is a material that allows the free flow of electric circuits due to the presence of free electrons. Example, it is copper, aluminum and silver. Let us see what are the key characteristics. That means the main characteristics of this conductor is it is very low resistance and high conductivity, and current flows easily. And let us see what are the factors that affects the conductivity, which means the material used, and what are the cross-sectional areas and length, and also the temperature. These things are the materials which affects the conductivity. Let us see what is the role in DC circuits. So the conductor provides a path of current. It should not drop the voltage. For example, the wire used in homes, the wire which we use in our house, wiring and circuit correction are said to be a conductor. So with help of them, we'll see about what are a resistor. So resistor is one of the most important elements. Here the resistor is a component that limits or controls the flow of current, which means ohm. And what are the functions? Function is something that it limits the current, divides the voltage and protects the sensitive components, and also it converts electrical energy into heat. Let us see some real-time example of it. That means fan regulator, heater and bulb filaments. These are the example of your resistor. And in DC circuit, resistors flows on Ohm's law strictly. Next, let us see about what is inductor. So inductor is something that is a component that opposes the changes in circuit by producing a magnetic field, and its unit is Henry, H. So let us see the key characteristics. Key characteristics means which stores the energy in magnetic field and opposes a sudden changes in current. And in DC steady state, an ideal inductor behaves like a short circuit. Let us see what is the role of DC circuit. It smoothens the current and used in filters and protects the circuits from sudden current surges, and also it is used in a transient analysis. For example, chokes, transformers, chokes which use lights, transformers and power supply. These are said to be an inductor. And followed by the inductor, let us see what is capacitor. So capacitor is a component that stores the electrical energy in an electric field between the two plates. So the unit of your capacitor is farad. And let us see the key characteristics of your capacitor, which stores the electrical energy. In DC steady state, it behaves like an open circuit and can be polarized or non-polarized. So the role of DC circuit is something which stores the energy, and voltage smoothing and filtering, and which blocks DC and allows the AC. Let us see some example of this capacitor are camera flashes, and power supply filters, and timing circuits. So these are the example of your capacitor. Next, let us see the comparison of resistor, inductor, and capacitor. So here the energy storage in the resistor is now, and it opposes the current, and the DC behavior is normal flow. And in your inductor, the energy storage is in the form of magnetic field and change of current, and there is a short circuit behavior in your DC. And in your capacitor, it is in electric field and change in voltage, and also open circuited in your capacitor. So each component plays a unique role in circuit behavior. Let us see some real world examples or applications. So these are the components used everywhere, where the resistor is used in LED circuits and voltage dividers, and in inductors are mainly power supplies and motors, and capacitors are filters and timing circuits, and conductors are wiring system. These are the real world applications of your components. Next, so this diagram represents what are the application, how it looks, how an inductor looks, and how a resistor and inductors, capacitor and conductors looks. So let us summarize today's topic. So conductors allows easy flow of current, and also resistor controls the current, and inductors stores energy in magnetic field, and capacitor stores energy in electrical field. And these are the building blocks of your DC circuit. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you.